Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I am coming back with episode 2 for my anime character recreation series that I'm doing on my channel now. So today I will be recreating Shoto Todoroki from Boku no Hero Academy. He is my favorite character from this anime. I freaking love him, and I love the fact that half his side is ice and the other half is fire. So if you guys want to see this look, then just continue watching. Okay, so to get into the spirit, I painted my nails red on my left hand side and white on my right hand side. This is going to indicate the sides of fire and ice. So on the ice side, I already have my eyebrows drawn on normally, and then on the right hand side, we are going to draw on some red brows. So I'm first going into the Jaclyn Hill palette and taking this red shade on an angled brush. I'm just going to start drawing in my brows how I usually would. I am not changing the shape or anything, just keeping my natural eye shape. I just want to create that really drastic difference of fire and ice. I am taking the Tarte Shape Tape to prime my eyes. I'm just doing one dot on my eyelids. The reason why I'm using this concealer specifically is because this shade of concealer is actually really light for me, and I do want a really light eyeshadow base. So I'm just going to blend that all over my lid up to my brow bone with this Morphe brush. It doesn't have a number, it just came in a set. Going into my Zoeva Caramel palette, I am taking the first shade in this palette, which is the really stark matte white, and I'm gonna start packing this all over the ice side of our face. So the ice side should be your right hand side, because in the anime, Shoto, the eye side is his right side, and also his eye side, he does have brown eyes. His blue eye is actually on his fire side. So I'm just packing this all over my eyelids up to my brow bone. Going into the ColourPop My Little Pony palette, I am taking this shade over here, and I'm going to start packing this all over my eyelids. I am using my brush wet, but this is like the perfect ice shade. It has a white base, but the reflex in here are like an icy blue. I couldn't find a more perfect shade than this. I feel like it's just so perfect. I will first apply it with a brush, and then I will use my fingers. I think using my fingers, it had more pigment and it was easier to blend all over the matte white. And while we're here, I'm just going to curl my lashes because I'm going to get them ready for the white face paint that we're going to be painting all over our lashes very soon. Taking the second shade from the second row from the Jaclyn Hill palette, I'll be using this shade as our transition shade for the fire side. So just taking my Wet n Wild crease brush, I'm just working that into my crease. I'm using windshield wiping motions and then later on circular motions to get that blend. Going back into the Jaclyn Hill palette, I'm taking that same red shade that we use for our eyebrows, and I'm going to start packing this all over my eyelid first, and what is ever left on my brush, I will start blending it up to the transition shade we placed down, but focusing most of the color right on my lid. This is going to start creating our very smoky red eye. And because I love to be glam, I am taking this Touch in Sol glitter metallic foil. I'm using the glitter side of this, and I'm going to start packing this directly onto the center of my eye, and then once again, what is ever left on my brush, I will blend it up into the transition shade and also on the inner and outer corner of my lids. I just want an all over glitter smoky eye, and I just think it matches up with the eye side where there are little specks of glitter on that side too. Also for this look, I did do my eyes first because I knew I was playing with glitter, and I wanted to be sure that there wasn't going to be any fallout on my foundation. And then I'll be taking the last shade on the third row from the Jaclyn Hill palette on the third row from the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm going to be using a ColourPop shader brush to pack this all over on top of the Touch in Sol glitter. This is just going to ensure that the glitters are not going to move around throughout the day, and it does just add an extra sparkle to the eye. I'm also using this shadow wet as well. That is pretty much it for the eyeshadow that we're going to place on our lids. I am now taking a makeup wipe and I'm just going to wipe off any fallout and also clean up the edges of my eyeshadow as well. Moving back onto the eye side, I am taking some white face paint and I'm going to start creating my wing for this. If you have a white gel liner, obviously use that instead, but this is just what I have and I felt like it did work fine. It was a little bit patchy and a bit chalky, but I mean on camera I think it looks pretty cool. And then I'm also going to paint my eyelashes with this white face paint as well. As for the fire side, I am just taking my Inglot gel liner and doing my usual wing eyeliner that I do for every single look. You want to make sure that you tightline your eyes as well so you don't see any of your skin. The kohl liners that I'm wearing are both from ColourPop. I forgot the names, but I will write them down below. I'm just using the black and white ones. And of course on the fire side I gotta curl my lashes and also apply some mascara. The mascara that I'm using is the Tarte Tarteist mascara. So we are just jumping back and forth here, but I'm going back to the eye side, taking the white face paint. I am going to brush over my eyebrows here with the white face paint, kind of like how you would just set your brows with a gel liner, but instead I am doing it with the face paint. I just feel like this kind of just brings the whole icy look together. Moving back onto the face, I am using my Hourglass Vanish Stick foundation. This foundation is just like full on coverage and I really love the finish of it and the shade is perfect for me. So I'm just using my beauty blender to blend all of that into my skin. Okay, I'm just jumping back and forth, but I'm going to place my false lashes for the eye side. So these lashes are I Want It That Way from Violet Voss, but I just painted them with the white face paint that I have and I just glued them on. Honestly, if you do have white lashes, I would recommend that. I feel like the white face paint actually brought the lashes down, like it was really heavy and it dragged the lashes down. I just had to work with what I had in my collection, but if you can get white eyelashes, then do that. I'm then going to pop in my blue contacts from Desio. These are Romantic Blue and I'm going to pop this on my fire side. And then back onto the face once again, I am taking my ColourPop No Filter Concealer and I'm just going to use this under my eyes. I wanted to put my contacts in first and then put on my concealer, but I'm just putting this mainly under my eyes to cover up my dark circles. I will be using the RCMA No Color Powder to set my under eyes. I do not want any creasing, so baking a little is definitely necessary. To set the rest of my face, I am taking the Wet n Wild Cover All Pressed Powder and I'm just going to press this into my skin, any place that I didn't use the translucent powder. And then moving back onto the eyes, I'm taking that first initial white shade from the Zoeva Caramel palette and I'm just going to run this all over my lower lash line and then taking the white creme gel liner from ColourPop and putting that heavily into my lower waterline. I'll also be taking the white face paint and painting my lower lashes as well. Taking that same red shade from the Jaclyn Hill palette, I'm going to use this on the fire side on my lower lash line. I am just smoking that out really heavily. I'm going a bit lower than usual because Shoto, you know, in the anime, he does have that whole burn scar, and I didn't want to, you know, do that whole thing because it's quite dramatic. I wanted to make this look in a way still quite wearable. And then I'll be going into my ABH contour palette, taking the last shade in this kit, and I'm going to use this to bronze up my skin. I just feel like this bronzer is just very pretty, and I think it's very flattering for both sides either way. So I'm just going to bronze up my skin because I feel like my face is a little bit flat. We do need some type of dimension on our face. And then taking the Cool Tone contour, I'm going to use this to contour my nose. I just love contouring my nose. I feel like it defines a lot of looks, and you know, why not? I just wanted to do it. To highlight for my ice side, I am going to be taking a mixture of these two highlighting shades from the ColourPop in Nurendo palette. This is going to be like the perfect icy highlight. It's very white, stark white, and very just icy, and I love it. It's like the perfect combo for this side. And then for the fire side, I'm going to be taking this shade here. This one is more of like a rosy gold highlight, and I feel like it's super warm, and it has that red base, and it just complements the eye look really nicely. As for my lip color, I'm taking the ColourPop Luxe lipstick in a layover. I just wanted something that was like my lips but better. Obviously, Shoto does not have any lip color, but you know, I wanted to add something a little bit natural, and I'm just taking my finger to pat the color in. And this is the completed cosplay look. This is me as Shoto Todoroki. I am so happy with how this turned out, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. But the wig is from eBay. I will link it down below. Also, if you did enjoy this video, please give this video a thumbs up. It would honestly mean so much to me. And yeah, that is everything. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!